Hey guys, Juju458 here. I'm just gonna be going ahead and showing you guys what I've been working on in my latest project on a Minecraft online server with some friends that I've been playing with. So just to get started, I'm gonna go ahead and show you off the outside-ish area. The way I organized the house was actually to make it more of a hidden house, not like completely secret, not like I'm hiding from anybody, but just more of like a harder to find, just for the fun of it, I guess. So to find it, there's of course trees everywhere in this area, so you can't really just walk around and find it. It's more of you have to know where it is. So once you do find it, you will find this little area, nice little trigger hooked up there. Usually I have a couple blocks put in there to cover it up even more, but they got blown up on accident. And then I have a secret door. When you flip the trigger, the wood will get pushed in and pulled out, and of course open up view. Close that up, and then of course we have the actual house. So in the first room on the left, we have of course my enchanting library, which of course is purely just for my enchanting room, as well as I have an anvil in case I want to work with any of that stuff. Usually what I do is just get to level 30, enchant a bunch of books, and then when I figure out what I want, go ahead and go into the anvil, pick what I want, etc., etc. And the bookshelf is actually perfect to get level 30 enchantments as well. And then we move up right here. We have my nether portal. In here, I don't have anything in these chests yet, but what I'm gonna put in here is just a few almost like starter kits. So I'll have just like sword, pickaxe, all the tools, the basic layout that I usually have in my toolbar underneath, just so I can really quickly grab those while I head out or something like that. This is my stove room. All my stoves full of coal, ready to go anytime I get tons of chicken or tons of whatever I need to burn up. And this is my storage room. This one took me a little bit longer to make. A little bit of cake. I have a lava pit in there. You can't see the lava, but you're just gonna have to believe me that there's lava in the pit. So if I want to get rid of something, I can just go ahead and toss that, and bye-bye. That wheat's gone. And I also have an endless water stream underneath. There is more water, so if I go and pick it up with the bucket, it'll go ahead and keep replenishing so I don't run out of water down here. And here is the storage. Right now I only have 2 rows because I don't have an infinite amount of stuff, but as you can go down, you can see up my stone, all my cobblestone, all my building supplies, any dirt I have, all my glass, wood, wooden planks, sticks, etc., etc. That way if I'm in a rush or whatever, I can go ahead and just run through, grab whatever I need, and head back out. Everything from animal droppings, torches, and of course, I've got all sorts of wools, all sorts of dyes. All my different kinds of foods are organized as well. And then I have all my redstone stuff, iron, gold, etc. Then on the other side I have all those chests as well. That's my storage room, just to make it a little bit easier on myself while keeping everything nice and organized. And over here I have my farm, my actual farm. I have the complete thing underground. Again, I'm not completely done with this map. This is just almost like a prototype for what I'm going to be building on the map reset, because the server will be getting reset. My pumpkin's growing over here. My watermelon's going around this area. And then in here, I have my cocoa bean farm. Right now it's only 1 tree, but eventually I'm going to turn it into more. Over here I have a cactus farm. Ow. And then just a little bit farther down, I have, of course, my mushroom farm to grow mushrooms. Yeah. The only thing I'm missing right now is I have a bunch of the brown mushrooms I have to come in here and plant in between. So whenever I get a chance, I'll do that, and then it'll grow at max capacity. And then you can go down 1 more level. This is my quick farm case, so you can kind of see the redstone, but no biggie. I got tons of seeds in here, tons of wheat. There's a little dropper in here, and the way it works. Whoops. If I can get up here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so up here I have, of course, all the plants, seeds, etc. where they grow, have nice amounts of light so I can get through. Over here I have water on each edge, right on the edge of the farm, and then I have sand blocks on top of a piston that is held up with a inverter or whatever. So what happens is there's a switch down there, and when I flip that switch, the pistons will all go down, letting the water that's right in there flow through to the bottom and basically harvest all of these seeds, as well as push them down into the little canal I have built underneath, which will take it then into the dropper, which will then, the hopper, and then put it into my chest. And then I can go ahead and grab it later, come up here and plant the seeds whenever I get the chance, blah blah blah. So there's that bad boy. Whoops, missed. Alright. And that is my farm. And I'm gonna take you back up to the next room. Alright. And over here I have my animal farm, where I farm none other than the animals. So in here I have, usually I have a bit more chickens, but right now I just have a little bit, just so it doesn't lag too much. Usually I have tons and tons of chickens, that way I can just go walk in there, breed them all, maybe throw the eggs or whatever, and then kill tons and tons of them. Usually I can hit pretty close to level 30 just from that. Then of course I have my horse, Senior Snips. And I have all different assortments of wooled, different colored wooled sheep. So red, yellow, green, blue, pink, white, orange, light blue, magenta, and purple. Yes, they are different. Cyan, lime green, and brown. And I forgot to sign for this one because it's shit. So yeah, that's all my sheep. It is really useful anytime you're trying to collect certain colors or anything like that. Have them all pretty spread out evenly, and it also is shit tons of mating. Or not mating, there's a lot to breed in there. So you can do is just get like 3-4 stacks of wheat and just breed them all and kill a bunch of them, and you can get tons of XP. Here's where I have the cows for now. Anytime I need milk or leather or anything like that, just come here and feed up. And of course, my favorite room of all. This one. This is my silent corner. This is where I come to meditate. And last but not least, I have a mob spawner. I was mining around under my house and I happened to stumble upon a dungeon. So, I'll just come over here. I was pretty lucky too. I just randomly started getting attacked by a bunch of skeletons, and so yeah, I made it a bit under my house. I do have to edit it a little bit because I made it a little bit too long, so I can't stand at the end and still have them spawn. But as you can see right here, I have a drown trap right here. So what it does is the mob will hit the bottom, have nowhere to go, so it'll just keep swimming back up. And since it won't be able to get to the top because the stream is going down, eventually it'll drown. Its items will then fall into this pool, get pulled into these, and of course finalize in there. And I can go ahead and show you an example right now, as well as show you the entire pool I made. This stream is just to travel, or to make them travel from the spawner to the drown trap. I didn't make it extremely long, which actually disables it from working too far, because mobs don't spawn when you're a certain distance away. But in here, as you can see, I have the actual spawner, the whole room and everything. I just saved it. Then I go ahead and made the water, and they do spawn on the water because that's the only spot they can spawn. And then I have all the water streams going towards the middle where there's an empty spot where they'll fall into the pool and start getting dragged, of course. I'm going to cover that back up. And then they'll go ahead and start slowly moving across this pool. If I had like 2 accounts, I could just like leave one over there and then like leave another one at the end to gather what went through. But I think I'll just make it shorter and pick up where I left off or whatever. So it just keeps on going. Stream. They get a little bit slowed down there, but it does eventually push them through. The corners are a little bit tricky because you have to make sure that it doesn't have any empty spots and stuff like that. Because I didn't actually make this tunnel to any exact specifications, it kind of was hard to do. Alright. And eventually he'll come to the drown trap. I'm going to go and get down here so you can get a better view. So you can see he gets dropped into the drown trap. Goes all the way to the bottom. And then can't figure out where to go. Because all mobs really, they can't swim all the way up if the stream's pulling them down, but when they reach the bottom they try to swim up anyways, so eventually they'll just go ahead and die. Just go ahead and wait for that. And rest in peace. His items will then fall. You can see them kind of moving towards him. They'll fall into the hopper, which will then put them in the chest for me to gather. Nice and easy. Alright, and that's pretty much it. So that is my secret treehouse. This is just the basic design. This is, of course, the prototype. This is the first time I've really tried throwing this together. The map that I am on, or the server I'm on, is going to reset the map. So soon I will have to redo it all over, and hopefully next time I'll be able to make it a little bit more organized and a little bit better. Specifically the farms I want to make a little bit easier and better to use, as well as the mob spawner. I think what I'm going to do is just find a dungeon first and then just build on top of that specifically so I can keep it active while I'm not active and whatnot. So I'm going to show you just from the outside. It is pretty well concealed. I mean, you can't, if you're just walking by it, you wouldn't really be able to tell that there's anything there. You know, it's just a regular area filled with trees, covered up. So this pool is a little bit suspicious, but I used to have a farm there that I had to be rid of. Of course, you know, you got tons of area over here. Nothing but trees. And this right here is actually the outside of the house. So that's the only suspicious part, is it's kind of like a long line of wood for no reason. So I guess if you saw that, you might get suspicious. But on the next version, I think what I'm going to do is just line those up everywhere, nice and scattered and random and stuff, but really, really thick, and just go through with bone meal and fill them all up and whatnot. So yeah, this is the prototype, I guess. Hopefully I can get to make the new version soon and show that off, because that'll be a hell of a lot nicer. Thanks for watching, guys.